What's going on, everybody? JT back with you in the Studio 10-4 live, of course, on a Wednesday afternoon. And today is our cover truck story show. So, welcome to it, everyone. Nice to have you on board. We've got a couple of special guests in the green room waiting right now to have me bring them out. We're going to talk about our current cover truck right there. You see it, and I still have mine in my clear plastic jacket that it comes in to me in the mail. You guys, if you get a subscription, this is how they come. This is what you get, and it's a great thing to have because not only does it protect it while it's getting sent to you in the mail, you can keep this thing in it forever because the flap on it, it's it's reusable, so it just goes. You can open it and close it. And if you collect your 10-4 magazine, and who doesn't? I mean, if you're not, you better. Uh, that's how you do it right there. You keep that magazine preserved forever and ever, especially if you're in the magazine, and that happens quite often. We get a lot of our readers and people that we know that are part of the 10-4 world in the magazine featured as stories. And sometimes, you know what, um, you might be part of the truck show and wind up in there. So anyway, want to thank Pittsburgh Power, as always, for sponsoring our cover truck story show, and Evans Detailing and Polishing. You know him as Time to Shine. Evan Stagger, man of many talents and faces, and he does a lot of different stuff in the industry. He's one of the hardest working guys out there, man. I mean, he's got a lot of irons in the fire, as they say. Big Babes and Big Rigs, which is a great generator for our veterans, and some other stuff that he does out there too. But that particular part of what he does for me is, I think that's awesome. It's all charity work, and you get to look at some really nice trucks with some really pretty ladies maybe hanging out around those trucks. And he was at it. He was at it out there in Louisville, getting the next shots in for calendars and whatnot. Dougie, what's going on? Good to have you, buddy. Uh, who else? Pete Zamora, what's happening, man? We'll be seeing Pete soon. Trucking for Kids, 10-4. Brandon Chase in the house. Pete Henderson up there at the top, in before everybody else. uh, yeah. Spam a lot, much. So probably going to say, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. And I hate doing that, man, but it's a public forum, so you never know you're going to get in there, and sometimes you just get these wackos, and I don't know, maybe the guy's not a wacko, but maybe a nice guy, but this isn't the place for that stuff. So anybody else in here got a sense to do that, you're just going to get deleted. So say hi, how are you doing, and all that, but don't try to sell anything here. All right. Driverette, what's going on with you? Had a good talk with her this week, or last week, I think it was, and good things are happening with her, and looking forward to getting her probably in the show here at some point to talk about her charity and how that works, because man, there's so many people in this industry, good people doing good things, and um, you just never know until you talk to somebody what it is that they do or have going on besides just running a truck. Northwest, east, south, yeah, northwest, north, south, east, west. There you go. Thank you. Dana, good to have you on the show. Thanks for dropping in, man. Appreciate it. And Dennis Mitchell, what's going on? Coming here to check on his kid, I bet, huh? So, by the way, in case you don't know or not, we have Steve Mitchell, who is the son of our monthly contributor Dennis Mitchell, in today's show, and that's because Steve is responsible for a lot of the work that goes on at Pickett Custom Trucks, and specifically to do with this month's truck. And we also have its driver, Narcie Soares, is here with us as well. So we'll get to those guys in a minute. John, nice to have you back, buddy, as always. Wanted to give you guys an update real quick, and then I'll bring our guests in. The Epic View thing that I've been talking about. So I'm going to get more into this tomorrow too, but I wanted to let everybody know I hooked up the gear, which is just basically plug in the power, plug in the HDMI cable to the TV, and then go to your TV and you know, hit the right input on it. And this receiver, so Epic View is a receiver that features DirecTV programming, Showtime, and Paramount Plus. That's what's on there. That's what comes with the package that we have available. I have a link, and I'm going to put that in there for you guys so that you can use our link to get the best deal. It's $34 a month for the programming. And just real quick, I'll show you guys kind of what it looks like. Why Epic View? Well, let's look at the channel lineup, because that's pretty much, you know, what makes and breaks it for everybody. So this is it right here. This is the packaging. So you get all these channels. You get the major networks plus all the you know, let's, for lack of a better term, cable channels that everybody's used to having. TBS, TLC, TNT, ESPN, all the Fox News, weather, AccuWeather is on there. You know, you guys can see pretty much what all is in here. Bottom line is, this gives you an alternative, and here's why it's cool. And this happened to me yesterday. So, watching the NBA playoff, the play-in tournament that's going on right now, and I was watching the Magic game. Orlando was on at the time, and there was so many viewers. And I have YouTube TV, excuse me, that I was watching it on. And YouTube TV has had this happen before. Okay, they have too many viewers, and the signal kind of gets wacky. And when that happens, you have a blurred, you know, skippy, jumpy, not good signal happening. Picture sucks, and it's just like, okay, what am I watching here? Well, here's why I knew it was YouTube. Sorry, YouTube. I love you. I do. I love my YouTube TV. But here's how I knew. I switched to the Epic View receiver, which works off the Wi-Fi. Okay, same Wi-Fi that I'm streaming YouTube on. And when I switched, it was clear. It was perfect. There was no problem. And it's like that. It's an instant switch. It's not like this long drawn out thing. It's click, 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 and you're watching the program that you were just watching before on YouTube. Now I'm watching it on Epic View. So all I'm trying to do out there, guys, is put an option out there for you. It's an opportunity to have TV programming for a really super reasonable price, $34 a month, and have a good quality resource for watching television, all your programming that you would normally want to watch and may not be able to. Now, the cool thing is this is made for truckers. That's the purpose, not geotagged. And it is available. I'll put the link up. You guys click on the link if you want to get it. Check it out. There's a little bit of money up front to buy the equipment. Sorry about that. It's got nothing to do with me. They got to make that back because they're selling you a receiver. So you'll own the equipment, which, you know, ultimately, I mean, if you bought it and you decided, you know, you're going to stop trucking tomorrow and you've got the Epic View DirecTV setup, well, you could turn around and sell it. They'll just, you know, they'll have somebody else turn it on their account. So we'll check this out a little more as I get into it. It's going to be moving into the RV with me once I get rolling on that. And that's what I'm going to be doing with it, and sharing that experience with you. And I'll share some on-screen stuff with you guys with it too. Good support too, by the way. I made a phone call. They called me back and got everything taken care of on the box. So it's legit. And again, $34 a month. YouTube TV starts out at $82 a month now, I think. So, I mean, and fleets, if you guys are out there and you're interested, there might be something for you too. All right, listen up. Here we go. I'm going to bring Narcie in first, and then Steve, and get the two of you and the three of us together. How's it going, gentlemen?
Great.
Sorry to have to put you through all that. We got to pay the bills, and that's how we do it. Welcome to the show, and congratulations to both of you and to your owner on this truck, Jason Flores, right?
Yep.
You know, I mean, when I saw this truck, first of all, I met the truck in Arizona at desert diesel days, whatever. How do we call it? Diesel's in the desert.
Diesel from the desert, yeah.
Desert. Yeah, it's like, that was the beginning of March. I'm like past that, through the middle of March, trying to work to get to Louisville, and then my brain got completely just trampled on in Louisville. So it's like that never even happened, but it did. It's in there somewhere. So Diesel's in the desert. That was an interesting deal. Great show, had a great turnout, a lot of fun, a lot of nice trucks. A lot of rain on Friday, but hey, it didn't rain in 180 days, and it chose that day on our show to rain, right?
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, what the hell? So it was okay. We got through it, and everything worked out okay. But I saw the truck. I actually interviewed Rod, and we did a walk around and checked it out, and then I heard, through the grapevine, that it was going to be shot for the April magazine cover, and I'm like, oh, well, there you go. I mean, you're drawn to things somehow in this world, and there they are. Us at 10-4 seem to travel down that same path. But beautiful truck, and Steve, to talk to you, to introduce you, you are a large part responsible for how this truck looks and what it's doing right now. You're working on it right now, right?
Yeah, we have it in the shop right now. I actually was hoping to do this tonight with the truck, but we had a hot job come in, and I got a couple guys in the shop right now still welding and grinding, and it was just going to be too loud to make it happen out there. But yeah, the truck's here. It's half tore apart still, but we're going to get it back together.
Well, it's interesting, I mean, if you read, and if you haven't read the story this month, everybody, you need to read the featured story that was written, and you'll kind of get an idea that this truck is just in flux. It's been kind of evolving since the day it was built, and it's continuing to do that at this point. In fact, some of the things that were called out in this article, like the engine, are completely different now. So it's a whole new look for the engine and a few other things. And the good news is you guys can see this at Truckin For Kids. So we're going to be done for Truckin For Kids, right?
Yep, that's the plan. We're close now. Engine's back in it. Pretty much 90% reassembled, completely different. I mean, paint's all different, lots of chrome. Pretty much pulled out all the stops on this one.
Okay, wait a minute, back up. Paint's all different? We're not green and purple no more?
Well, we're still green and purple, but the engine paint under the hood is.
Okay. Different. All right. Okay. You had me really worried now. I was like, holy crud, man. I hope we didn't just completely trying for a second cover shot or what?
Listen, that's for after Truckin For Kids. That's going to be the fourth stage of the build. We're just going to start over again.
Oh, nice. Narcie, what do you think about that, man? I mean, you're the driver on this rig. And by the way, Narcie, you're in New Mexico tonight. Steve, you're in Arizona, right?
Yep. I'm in Phoenix at the shop.
Okay. So Narcie, tell us, first of all, everybody, Narcie Soares, and Narcie drives the truck and takes care of it. Narcie, if you got to read the story, congratulations, by the way, 52 years of marriage, correct?
Yeah. It's a long time, it's just incredible woman. And that day out there, we're shooting all the pictures. That was our weekend. So
that's what I heard.
Yeah,
that's what I heard. It was your anniversary weekend, right?
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Well, thank you for allowing us to be a part of it and bringing the truck and giving us a shot at shooting it. And I'm sure your wife, she must be very understanding.
Oh yeah. When I told her we were going for the truck show for our anniversary. But I did tell her we'll go out to dinner.
You know what, man? One time I took my wife, who I was married to at the time, on our anniversary. We went fishing out in the Delta down in Stockton area of California, and she was a good sport, man. She actually had fun. So but we don't always do the right thing, do we? I mean, I don't know. We try to, but we think we're doing the right thing. And then our wives are nice enough to play along. That's when we're lucky. We know we got a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, so true.
So tell us a little bit. I mean, I know, some of your story, and I'm looking over here at some notes that I've made, and I've got the story up here in front of me. You have been involved with Jason and his company, his family, and you've been around a while, man. So back us up, 18 years ago, kind of when it started.
Yeah, but his dad called me one day and asked me if I'd haul some hay for him. I was doing oil field oversized loads, and then it got real slow. And then he asked me if I would haul some hay, and yeah, I've known him in California. We all grew up in the same town and same area, and we even had the same doctors. So yeah, I'll
Small
haul
town.
some hay. So I hauled some hay for him, and that's how it started. And then I went and bought myself a set of doubles and started hauling with doubles. I was using a 53 footer, but you just can't get enough weight on that 353 foot and enough bales. And then I got that. And then, yeah, I still remember the day that he told me that he didn't need me anymore, too.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, December 27th, he told me, he goes, hey, we bought our own farms. I'm going to have my own trucks and we're going to haul our own hay. And I said, all right. I just had gotten in from Arizona. I was hauling 3 loads a week from him from Arizona. And I said, well, how about if I just go to work for you? He goes, yeah, you can take this truck to Arizona tomorrow. I said, well, I thought you didn't have any more hay in Arizona. He goes, well, for my truck, I do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's how it started. And he's just a great person to work for.
Well, good. And I mean, here we are. I mean, I'm gonna jump way ahead. Fast forward where we're at now. I mean, you've been working and doing your thing for 18 years with him, and there's a lot of story involved in that too, guys. You got to go back and read the story and see what's happened. That was, life's moments that went on after you made the move to New Mexico and took on the job. But here you are with this truck, and it has been an ongoing thing. I mean, how involved are you on making choices or suggestions or how this truck is and the state that it's in? Are you part of that process?
Just a little. He'll ask me some things and I'll tell him, but it mainly just him and Rod and Steve. They do all that. I mean, I said, what are you going to do next? And like yesterday, we got to talking a little bit, and he said they're pinstriping underneath the hood and doing all this magic stuff, and I said, oh wow, that's great. He says, I just can't wait to see it.
Steve, are you waving magic wands?
I mean, I'm trying to. I don't know if I've quite mastered it yet, but I keep practicing.
You did good.
So what's a give us a day in the life of Steve Mitchell at Pickett Custom Trucks. You're standing there with Rod. Jason comes in, and they're looking at that truck, telling you what they want to do. Is this kind of how it goes, or do Rod and Jason figure it out, and then Rod gives you here's what we're doing?
Well, Rod and Jason talk on the phone practically every day
about
solving the world's problems.
Okay.
And then we just decide.
Yet we still have problems, so I don't know what's going on there. They need to pick the conversation up, I guess.
Yeah, and then Rod usually comes down and he's like, "This is kind of what we want to do. What can we do to make that happen? What's something that not everybody's done? And let's push the envelope." I mean, Jason's a great customer. I think we built probably 15 or 20 trucks for him. I know I personally have been involved in probably 7 or 8 trucks for Jason. I worked on this green truck when it was brand new in 2019, the first go around. So yeah, we just try to keep him happy, try to build some cool trucks, and this green one's a little bit over the top compared to the rest of them, but I think every truck in the fleet's pretty nice.
Yeah. Well, and let's back up a little bit too, because I don't know how many folks out there know your history and how you ended up there with Rod and at Pickett Custom Trucks. But I think you and I first met in Louisville quite a few years back when you were there with your dad and mom, right?
Probably. I started going to Louisville when I was like 5 years old.
Okay, so I'm going to think. I'm thinking like back in 17 or 18, 19.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. So at that point, because how long have you been at Pickett?
I've been here with Rod since 2019.
Since 2019. So I guess right after we met, then you made the change. So go ahead and tell your story a little bit. You didn't start out with, wrench and whatever in your hand. You were driving, right?
Yeah. I started. I don't know. I grew up in this whole fancy truck thing. My dad was showing trucks way back in the day, as most of you guys probably know.
Yeah, it is.
And he wouldn't let me drive trucks out of high school because that's, every kid wants to follow in the family business.
Right.
And so I had to go to college. I learned to be a machinist and build things and weld and all those kind of good stuff. And I bought my first truck when I was 21, and I just built it. It was just a toy. I never planned on driving it. Well, a few years later, next thing you know, I got 5 trucks crammed into one. I got a reefer behind it, and we're hauling freight.
Okay.
Did that for a little while, and people started noticing that I knew how to put trucks together. And next thing you know, I got more work building trucks than I had hauling freight.
Well, hey, you've got the beard for it, man. I mean, they must think like you're a relative of the Pickett family or something, right?
The only problem is I'm about a foot shorter than all of them because they're giants.
So there was a shortage of milk or eggs or something
Yeah.
at that time,
Michigan apparently has different water than Washington.
Apparently it does. Well, you know what, man? I think you're a great fit down there, and when I saw your picture that I used, for the promo, I thought, man, this guy. And I'm gonna out myself. Didn't even put the two together that we knew each other and had met until today when I talked to Dan and then eventually back talking to Steve. But I thought, what a great fit, man. So you're living life down there in Arizona and enjoying it. It sounds like you're enjoying the whole setup, and it's a great fit.
Yeah, it's been good. It's a wild ride. We start every day with a game plan, and then 10 minutes into it, it's completely shot to hell, and we're just winging it the whole rest of the day.
Hey.
So we're on about the 12th hour of winging it today, and like I said, I still got a couple guys in the shop working right now.
You know what? It sounds like a custom shop to me.
Yep.
That's what it is. Narcie, how much time do you get to spend down there? I mean, you're probably just like coming in, okay, I'm here to pick up the truck or drop it off, right?
Yeah, that's about all I do because those boys are busy all the time when I go in there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't know everything that you guys do there, Steve, at the shop. Are you guys doing all your polishing in-house, or you bring somebody in, or do people have their place they go to, or all the above?
We have our own in-house guy, Zeke Loza. He has a side business doing mobile detailing polishing, but he does work for us in-house during the week. And he wrenches and also polishes for us on site.
Okay.
But in Phoenix here, you throw a rock and you can hit a polisher. Everybody polishes out here. Not saying that they're all any good, but you can find one.
Okay, there you go. There you go. So, we have our and nothing against anybody anywhere in the country, man, because there's some dynamite polishers out there. But my guy was Vic Kaliva when I was in the biz, and he was my go-to. Just can't say enough good things about Vic and the Kaliva family, and not only that, but all the wonderful things that we've done over the years together, 10-4 magazine and Kaliva's as well. And we're forming that bond and having that shape up real nice with Rod Pickett and all you guys. So I'm enjoying that. And I can't wait to see everybody out in Bakersfield for Truckin For Kids, which both of you are going to be at. Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
I will not. I actually have family stuff that interferes, but I've been trying to get there for 5 years now, and every single year something interferes with it.
Hey, we even changed the dates for you, man. I
know. It's crazy. It just never seems to work out.
Well, I'm sad to hear that. I hope that maybe you'll get your shot to come out in November for the 10-4 Trucker Rodeo.
That would be great. I'm looking forward to that.
That would be fun. A lot of fun. Narcie, yes, you're going to be there. You're going to be bringing the truck out, 10-4.
Yep. Yeah, we're getting all ready, and we got about 4 or 5 of them. We're bringing them out there.
Oh my God! Wow. Well, thank you. That's
Yeah.
awesome, man. No,
Yeah,
that's
we're not gonna bring the whole fleet, but we're gonna bring about 4 or 5 of them out there.
no, that's freaking awesome. I'm stoked to hear that. Well, in case anybody has missed it, and I don't know how they would have, but I haven't shared any, and I've been sharing a lot of the pictures of the truck as it was shot down there in Arizona. So if you guys, that are watching, if you haven't seen the truck yet, where you been? What have you been doing? Um, there's a lot of great pictures in the magazine and online, and there's Jason right there, of course. And is Jason coming out for the show, Narcie? Do you
Yep,
know?
he's gonna be there.
Oh, nice. Well, that's great too. So that'll be an opportunity as well to get to meet the gentleman. As always, our guy Dan took some great shots, and we've got all those to share with everybody here on the website and, of course, again in the magazine. So if you haven't got a magazine, you can come online and check it out. And anytime you guys are online before the magazine gets into your hands and you haven't seen anything, there's a nice little feature here on our website, and I'm going to bring it up here real quick just so you can see it. It's right there. You can get the digital version, and the digital version, when I say get it, you just click right there, and it tells you that the site can't be reached. Oh, there we go. Okay. Subscribe today. There's an option to get it in print, and click there to get the digital edition, and up it pops, and it is an exact copy, like how the pages kind of turn at the corner there. Exact copy of the magazine that's in print that's out that particular month. So all you do is click on the little arrow, and there you go, and you're rocking and rolling. Away you go to check out what's happening in the latest edition of 10-4. That being said, we don't need to do that because we have our copy in print, and we also have this month's edition right here to look at. How many of these pictures were you kind of inputting to Dan, or was there any points of interest that you had that you were saying, hey Dan, check this out, you might like this, or anything, Narcie?
No, Dan had that all under control. He was great. He just told me.
Kind of does, yeah.
Yeah, he told me where to back up and where to put it, and that's where I put it, and that's how it went. He did everything. He was great.
Yeah, he's got it down, man. He's been doing it a while,
Yeah, he really does.
And this engine came completely out, right? Did you guys do anything more to the engine performance wise?
Pretty much performance is all the same. The engine now looks completely different than the pictures. Literally the day after he took these pictures, we yanked the motor out.
Okay.
So motor's completely different. I don't want to give it away completely, but it's not green anymore.
Yeah.
There's a lot more chrome, a lot more detail, all the way, everything from the firewall forward has a lot more detail going on with it. We're just trying to fine tune the truck and keep tweaking it. And I mean, anybody that does truck shows know you can't show up to the same show or the next show looking the same as the previous one. So
well,
you got to change stuff.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to have to say yes, maybe, kind of, sort of. I mean,
maybe not as extreme as, redoing the whole truck, but,
right.
You got to change it a little bit.
Right. Exactly. There's room for things that can change and be done. And at the same time, when you get to a point with some trucks, man, it's like, okay, you know what? You just step back and you go, it's done. That's it, and I mean, I don't know. I never reached that point. I'm just saying I've heard that can happen.
Oh yeah, for sure. You can go too far. That is a thing.
I like to, there's a lot of things about this truck I like, but doggone it, grill bars, man. I love grill bars. And a lot of guys are not doing them anymore,
Yeah, it's I mean, it's hard to beat that look. It's such a classic look, and everybody's trying to be different, but like you said, some things you just can't change.
No, I love grill bars, and I know that Rod and Kevin do. They had those on their old black 359 that they used to show all the time, and yeah. That truck, that's a classic, man. Is that truck come out and about? What's going on with that truck these days?
It's still here. It sits at Rod's house. a little rough. It's we keep talking about redoing it, bringing it back to new condition like it was about 25 years ago when he did it the first time. But we're just so busy in the shop that we haven't been able to get it done.
So Narcie, what are you jamming to while you're driving down the road in this thing, listening to 30,000 watts?
Well, I like a little bit of country and a little bit of the 60s.
Okay.
I love listening to that music, and I'm old school, so that's what I listen to.
Okay. All right. That'll work. I'm old school too, man. And I can tell you, the Rockford Fosgate connection for me goes way back to Monterey, California. There was a auto stereo shop there, and the guy that ran it was married to Fosgate's daughter. And he was introducing all this stuff back in, and this goes back to, mid to late 70s through the early 80s for me, and stuff that, for us, automotive stereos there was never anything like what we were seeing back then. Now, oh my gosh, yeah, whole new level of insanity, man. I mean, so you know how to work all the equipment, Narcie? You get this thing tuned up or what?
Well, not exactly. I know you can stand about 25 feet from it, and it'll make your shirt move.
Well, listen, you know what? You're going to have to bring it back out for the trucker rodeo, because we have a stereo competition at the trucker rodeo in November, and it would be cool to see it back out there for that. I bet it would do some damage. Beautiful job on here. So as I roll by some of this stuff, Steve, and you say you see anything you want to say something about, man, jump right on in.
No, I mean, there's just so much going on with this whole thing. We've done a lot of heavy, I don't know if you want to call it fab work, but a lot of people, you don't notice it because it just looks clean. But on the lead trailer, we had to cut the whole rear axle off, and I moved it back 18 inches, put it all back together. You can't really tell that anything's been done, but just the way they were built, the axle wasn't in the right place. Those trailers are a little bit bigger than the normal ones you see. It's kind of hard to tell, but they're quite a bit bigger than a normal set of hay flats. I can go on for days here. We got 6 years worth of customizing going on this truck.
And I just like to say straight up, nice ass.
On the tractor itself, too, you'll notice the trailers all sit level when they're hooked together. We tried to get all of them so the decks would be pretty much completely level, because almost every hay truck is the lead trailer is always high on the fifth wheel, and it always looks weird. You can kind of see in that picture it's flat.
Yeah.
We lowered the suspension on the back of the truck. The frame rails sit on the rear end housing. I actually C-notched one side of the frame to get clearance on the axle housing, because that truck has a huge heavy rear end in it, because it's a single drive with such big power. I'm pretty sure that truck makes like 800 horse to the ground.
So what do you got? You got 44s back there?
Yeah, it's a 23,000 pound axle. Most people don't realize how much bigger the differentials are in those heavier axles. Yeah. And like I said, we actually had to clearance the frame to sit it down. It is on a Rayco, which Rayco suspensions sit high to begin with. But we got that thing down about 4 inches lower than stock at ride height. And the fifth wheel height is only 37 inches on that truck, which is,
and a lot of the details that you're talking about too, folks, are in the story. It was covered in there. So you guys can go back and read this. And the other thing you can do too is look back at the live stream that I posted, the interview of Rod and myself when we did the walk around. I did some real nice shots all the way from one end of the lead trailer to the rear end of the pull trailer back there, and just what a great shot that was, looking all the way back up to the cab, man. It just gives you that sleek inline. Everything's just perfectly lined up look that you just don't always see.
Yep. All the lights, you'll notice they all match pretty much. We changed everything to glass. Watermelons you can see on the back of the trailer. I think there's probably at least 80 or 90 on the trailers alone. The electrical cord on the trailer actually is warm when you turn all the lights on because it draws so much power. I think there's like 200 or 300 lights on just the trailers when you figure all the lights into it.
That's kind of hard to do when you're running LEDs on everything too, right?
Oh yeah, most everything in there's LED except there's two watermelon lights on the trailers that are H11 headlight bulbs, and that's so at night it's all green underglow, but it's got a purple light that shines a starburst pattern in the middle over basically the green carpet of light underneath of it.
And the H11s, those are for the headlights, high beam, low beam, and one.
I think they're single function, but they're the same bulb that you would put into like a headlight, but they're in a watermelon light, which is kind of a new thing. A lot of people are doing now.
Gotcha.
They're also burning a lot of trucks down because they don't install them correctly. So
that's not good.
Yeah, there's a lot of pros and cons. The headlights, you got the headlights up there. We wanted to do something a little bit different, which it's hard to reinvent the wheel on a Peterbilt because it's been such a classic look for so long. That was Rod's idea right there, 100%. We didn't want to mount the headlight on the side of the grill surround like normal. We want to do something different. So I believe those are 32 Ford headlights, if I remember right. They're like a 10-inch.
You're right. Yeah, I think so.
And that's just like a universal street rod bracket, and gives it kind of a different look, but it's not really over the top. It's kind of a classy look. I like the fact that it really opens up the fender. The front fenders look so much bigger on that truck because they're not covered by the headlights.
Well, I think you're right. I'm going to bring up another shot here, and there it is. Yeah, they're pretty much in tight, and you've got one headlight there. Are those sealed beams, or those have a bulb in them?
They have a bulb in them.
Oh, they do. Okay, all right.
Yep, and they have like I think they call it like a city light.
Okay.
So they'll glow green or amber if the headlight isn't on. Yeah. So it's just got a small little light in there.
Narcie says green.
Yeah. They're nice.
You know, headlights. I mean, I just bought new bulbs for my pickup, and I mean, I didn't go crazy, but I've got 4 light systems, so 2 bulbs for the low beam, 2 bulbs for the high beam. I just got a higher quality of light, man. It's just you got to be able to see at night, and it's tough sometimes. It really is. Especially out here where I'm at, man. I'm not any better probably out there in the middle of the desert, I'm sure, but because there's no street lights,
Yeah, it gets very dark out here.
Yeah, it's dark. It is dark. There's a nice shot. Yeah, there's the green. There you go.
Yep.
You can see it. Picked it up there in the shot. So I can't wait to see this again too. Now that there's been some changes and upgrades and whatnot. Saturday night, light the lot in Bakersfield, everybody, for Truckin For Kids. If you haven't registered yet, get registered. Don't miss out on the bonus buckets and all the goods that come in with it. All right, man. This inside, I mean, Narcie, what are you putting down on the floor to protect that thing from getting destroyed when you get in there? You just throwing towels down? And
yeah, I throw a cloth towel down on the ground there.
Yeah,
way nobody can, you can't scratch it up or anything.
Good deal. Yep. It's so funny. I ran a dirt truck for years, man, and the seats had towels on them. Floor had floor mats and towels on it.
And towels. We do the same thing here.
Yeah. It's just how it is. It's the rules of the road, right?
Yeah.
But beautiful lighting, and you know what? Everything just kind of flows together and lines up. I love the pedals that are out now too. I saw a lot of real nice pedal setups in Louisville this year, and I think that we finally kind of got to a point where we got some stuff that doesn't look kind of gaudy. It looks cool and it's functional and it's durable. Yeah, Dennis used shower mats, right? Okay, because they had the suction cups on the back of them. if I'm assuming. Yeah, probably. I mean, you put those down and they stay in place, and that's the whole idea. So there you are, sir. There's your better half.
Yep.
Is she around tonight?
Yeah, yeah, she's sitting over there listening.
Okay, gotcha. All right. She want to come wave and say howdy to everybody?
Come and say wave, hun.
Come on. There you go. Howdy.
Hello.
Howdy. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Hey, I want to say thanks for letting him come out and play and shoot the truck on your anniversary.
Oh, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Oh, good.
It was different.
Probably nothing you've done before or will probably ever do again. A photo shoot for 10-4 magazine on your anniversary. So 52nd anniversary, am I correct?
Yes, we've had a few. It doesn't bother me to miss one.
Oh my God. Oh, wow. Now wait a minute. What if he said that?
Well, he doesn't care about anniversaries. I do.
Oh my gosh, man, that's cracking me up. You know, usually we're the bad guys always. We either forget or we get the wrong thing or we're doing the wrong thing at the wrong place. And when I found out you guys celebrated your anniversary with us, I think that goes down in the record books, Dan, right? Dan Lynn's on with us here today too. He's commenting. He said, "You guys you look good for 50 years. You guys rock."
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you've been along this whole time for this thing. Yeah, 52, Dan. You're right. You did get it wrong, but you've been on this journey for as long as Narcie has. So, are you out of the truck? Do you drive? Have you driven? Or tell us about that.
We'd never get anywhere if I drove. He's the driver. Even when we go on vacation, he drives all the time. And every once in a while, he'll try to get me to drive. And I say, why would I drive? You're a professional.
Oh, man. There you go. There you go. No, that's good. That's smart thinking. Are you coming out with him to Truckin For Kids?
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
run this one.
Okay.
I don't know, though. I might.
We would love to have you.
Well, we got a daughter in Utah having knee surgery, and she needs mama down there.
Okay. All right. Well, best of luck on that one. Knee replacement?
Yep. It'll be her second. Daddy here needs to have another one too.
Oh, geez. That's you know what, man. I'm not ready. I need one, but I'm not ready. And actually, my knee's gotten better. I don't know how that's possible, but it just takes a little longer to get warmed up now, right?
Yeah.
That's about it. Well, listen, we would love to have had you at Truckin For Kids. Maybe if they make the run out for November for the 10-4 Trucker Rodeo, you can come out there and be a part of that. Now, when he does go places that you go, are you guys riding together in the truck? Or are you pulling up in the four-wheeler alongside or behind, or are you guys put it on the truck?
She rides with me.
I usually ride with him, but every once in a while when he brings a truck back from where the green one is now.
Arizona.
What's
in Arizona, yeah.
Rod Pickett.
Rod Pickett's, yeah.
Yeah.
I followed him home a couple times.
Okay. All right. So when you're in the truck, are you down low? Narcie, you riding low down on the bottom, or you
not all the way, about midway, you know. I like to look and get that little comfort zone in that seat.
Okay. All right.
No, I'm just on the iPad.
You're
shopping.
there, but you're not there. Yeah. You're there.
That's
but
my
you're
shopping trip.
All right. Well, listen, I think we're actually coming up on it. So I appreciate you. And Robbie, hey, good to have you on the show. Rob Bassey on the show. And everybody else that I haven't said howdy to, thanks for dropping in. Appreciate you dropping in with us, and thank you, and look forward to meeting you in real life. You know, that's always the challenge with having so many nationwide relationships and people met along the way, either in real life or not, but never meeting them in real life. I always like to get everybody to be in real life. So we'll look forward to that when it happens.
Well, looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Maybe
Thanks.
catch a ride.
Thanks. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Hey, bye-bye. Julie Robinson dropping in. Julie, how are you? Our contact connection lady from Shriners. Yeah, and Julie, you're gonna be at Truckin For Kids, yes. So I hope that you're gonna be out there with us at the new show location, which we're going back to for the first time again. Can't say that enough. The Famoso Raceway there in Bakersfield. What's on the agenda, Narcie? Are you driving right now regularly? Are you out there in the red truck still pulling loads?
Yeah, I drive every day. Yeah, I got my little red truck that Steve fixed back in 2019. He replaced all the panels on the truck after that tornado hit it.
That one used to be orange.
Yes, it used to be orange. And then I asked Jason one day, I says, "Can I paint it red?" He said, "Yeah, go ahead."
I'm looking to see if I still have and I don't. I had pulled your profile up earlier, Narcie, and I see you have that. Your truck is the cover photo there on. Let me see here. I'll bring it up real quick. I'm gonna out you, man. Here it is.
That was
quite yeah. There it is. Come on, baby. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
Trump 2020 didn't happen, but we got him back in 24. So
yes, we sure did.
Amen.
Hey, that young lady you were just talking to about Shriners.
Yes.
My granddaughter is a Shriner girl. She's handicapped, and Shriners has been 100% behind her. Has gotten her a van, and she's got just fantastic here in Utah.
Well, that's fantastic to hear. Shriners is a great organization. I like what we do with them and how it works to get, of course, us raising the money and then be able to give it over to them to disperse it amongst them and the kids and make good things happen over there. The Shriners is an organization that people, I don't think, really have an idea completely of all the involvement that the members have and the things they do to support and raise money for the kids. But they have a lot of fun too.
They're awesome. In fact, my granddaughter she's on that commercial that she was young then. She's 19 now, but she was the girl playing basketball in the wheelchair. And she said,
there you go, Julie.
Basketball. Yeah.
Testimonial right here on Studio 10-4 Live.
Yeah.
And Daniel Lee Anderson, right on. Daniel's been a member for 17 years, been a Shriner for 17 years. I know a lot of folks back in Folsom where I moved up here from that were members of the Shriners organization. And the guys I know were all part of the go-kart squad. And those guys are a bunch of nuts, man. I'm telling you that we have parades down there. The Veterans Parade every year. They get out there with their little go-karts and run around in the parade. But a lot of, like I said, those guys have a lot of fun. There's a lot of good stuff going on. Steve, what's going on with you? What's happening? What's on the agenda, man? Just get that truck ready so we can get it out there to Famoso, or what?
Yeah, we're just humping away in the shop here. We got, I think we got about 10 trucks in the building right now. We got at least 10 or 15 more outside. We're plugging away on the green one. We had, like I said, we had the whole motor out of it. It's all painted and everything, and just trying to get it all back together. A lot of chrome parts that we're trying to get finished up. We didn't have a ton of time between the show here in Phoenix and TFK, so we're just trying to cram what we can into that window. I think the truck's coming back after TFK, and we're gonna do a bunch more work on it, some work on the trailers. Just keep pushing the envelope on that one and try to keep up on all the other projects we got in the shop. I think we got 7 or 8 guys now working here, so we plug away on quite a few of them.
Okay. How far out are you guys taking on any new work? What are you looking at?
I mean, we take on new work every day, but usually just small stuff. I mean, you're probably 2 or 3 years out on a big build.
Okay.
Maybe more. We probably got 2 or 3 years worth of work sitting here right now today.
And I'm going to ask, how is the tariffs affecting you guys at all on anything at this point?
They haven't really hit us yet. I am noticing that we're getting a lot more American-made metals. My primary job here is the fab side. So when I get deliveries in of stainless or aluminum or whatever, they give us paperwork that shows where it came from. And a lot more of our materials coming from the U.S. now than it was overseas. Shipping's killing us, which the money's not making it to the driver. So I don't know who's making the money on the shipping these days, but freight is just devastating us as far. I mean, that's why we make so much stuff in-house, because we just can't afford to freight it in. That's probably our biggest deal, because nobody wants to buy a $500 bumper for $2,000 because it costs $1,500 to ship it in here.
Julie, thanks for dropping by, and I'd love it if we see you out on the West Coast here for Truckin For Kids in a couple of weeks. But if we don't, we definitely will. We'll catch up after the show. And on that note, man, when I asked, I look, I already knew the answer. The reality is that what is trying to be accomplished here by doing what's being done is just what you said, and that's to get more American-made products back in circulation and get the economy straightened out that way. I think it's a great thing, absolutely great thing. That also being said, where is all that money going? You know what? There's 100 different ways to steal from a trucker. And these guys out there have found ways that we'll never know, but they did seem to do it. The money's there. The money's there. I'm an advocate. I would love to see somehow a way for co-ops to develop between some of the industry people, and they kind of write their own ticket at that point and stop going through these guys that are just taking money from everybody. It was something that I had looked at years and years ago, and it caught some ears, man. And I mean, some people pulled me in, and said, "Hey, you can't be doing that, really. But you guys can be taking money from us. You can dispatch and tell us that you're going to pay us, let's just say for a number, $65 an hour to run our truck for you today, while you're collecting 95, and then you're going to still take 10% as a broker fee."
Transparency is definitely a problem. That's for sure.
Yep. I really feel for everybody out there that's in those positions. There's no reason that trucking companies should not be making the money that they need to stay in business and be profitable and take care of their people. Yet today, another one I just saw from a good friend of ours out in Florida.
Davis.
Yeah.
Yep. Folded up after 44 years, I think it said. Something
like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just wrong. It shouldn't be happening. Should not be happening. Yet it is. So I hope that there's a course correction here very soon. And I'm sure, listen, all of a sudden it didn't happen for them. They made it through the recession. They made it through COVID. They made it to here. They made it through 4 years of the last administration, which was an absolute, mess of finances for trucking. Well, it just was too much, and they finally had to pull the plug. I mean, it's just, I get it, but it's unfortunate. So, I'm glad to hear, though, that the reality is that tariffs are not tearing anybody down here at this point. Not to mention they've been put on a 90-day pause anyway, so shouldn't be any issues anywhere. But for anybody out there crying about that, saying that's ruining them, I think they need to think again, maybe. Listen, guys, I appreciate you both taking the time out today and hanging out with us here in the studio. Narcie, good to meet you, and it's been a pleasure talking to you and your wife.
Good to meet you. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
You certainly will. And Steve, unfortunately, not going to see you, but I wish we were. And somewhere down the line, man, you're going to have to figure this thing out to get to Truckin For Kids, right?
Well, hopefully we can get there in November for the rodeo. I think that'd be pretty cool to watch.
Oh, it's, you know what, man? I mean, you put something together and compete. There's a bunch of different events that somebody somewhere that, is connected to Pickett should be out there competing. I don't know what, but we'll figure it out, right?
I don't even know if I remember how to get it in gear anymore, let alone back it up.
Well, that's all right, man. As long as you're getting the work done that needs to get done at that shop and everybody out the door, and guys like Narcie and the April cover truck, that's all you need to focus on, man. I mean, sure, there's 100 things in a day you probably deal with over there, but and what is your position at the shop, man? Tell us a little bit about that. What are you doing over there?
I mean, the best way I describe it is I'm Rod when Rod's not here.
Well, there you have it.
I guess you could call me like the shop foreman or whatever, but I mean, mainly I'm in charge of like fabrication and building the parts, but I also oversee a lot of what goes on in the shop and help the guys along that maybe don't have the experience that I do as far as taking them apart and putting them back together. These new trucks are especially challenging, but
yeah,
I've got quite a bit of experience, especially with the older stuff. So
Dan thinks maybe we need to have a welding competition at Truckers Rodeo, man.
I don't know. I'm sure there's going to be some good ones there. We got a lot of nice good builders out in Cali. A lot of them we deal with, and you mentioned a co-op. Rod and I have been talking for years about how we need to co-op some of these truck builds, and get 4 or 5 good local builders all together and on the same page to really push the envelope and try to come out with some really superior vehicles.
Listen, you know what? I'm a huge networker, and networking is what it's all about. I mean, you can stand on an island and be on a rock, but your reach is limited to that. If there's water all around it, now you expand your reach and grow a bigger network, and like you're talking about, the good things can happen, especially for the people out there that are getting services from you. They have more places to go to get things done that they need to get done, depending on where they might be at the moment. So I think it's a good idea.
Oh yeah. Trucking is just a huge network. It doesn't matter if you're a builder or a driver or in logistics or whatever. Everybody knows everybody, and there's no point in cutting somebody's throat just because they're your competition. That's for anybody.
Yeah. No, that's not good. So if you're Rod, well, Rod's not in the shop. Has he got you in shorts and all tatted up, or what's happening, man?
Well, I mean, I got the look. Like I said, I'm a little bit shorter, but no tattoos yet. I haven't quite got to that level yet.
Okay, well, you that's next level stuff right there, man. You got to get you get all tatted up, and everybody's going to think you're a part of the family for sure.
Oh shoot! You know what? I go do a lot of stuff with these guys. I mean, they kind of like adopted me like a second family, Rod and his brother and his mom and dad. And you know what? I feel like I'm about a teenager when I'm anywhere with them, because all of them are like 6'5". They're just huge. And I'm just like the little guy following them all around.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, our buddy Brandon, we always got to give our buddy Brandon a shout. So you guys both give Brandon a shout out. Say, hey, Brandon.
Hey, Brandon.
There you go. Steve, give him a shout out.
Hey, Brandon.
There you go. Narcie, you'll meet Brandon at Truckin For Kids. He always shows up there, and he's a very excited young man that shows up, and he works with some of the local construction paving companies and does different things, and you'll get to meet him. He's great. All right, gentlemen, look, we're done. 6 p.m. straight up. Go eat some dinner and have a good night. I will see you, Narcie, in 2 weeks. Steve, we'll see you when we see you. Check back in if you ever get a moment. Give me a call. You want to share some videos of some cool trucks or anything from down in the shop? Again, give me a call. Let's do it. We'll put it out there.
For sure. And, I got a YouTube channel, Steve Gringo, and I do shop tours every week here. So if anybody wants to see what we're doing here in the shop, just Google Pickett Custom Trucks on YouTube or Steve Gringo, and you'll find it. You either see a shop tour, or we always do some sort of a video of trucks when we finish them and put them out there, so everybody can kind of see what's going on around here on a weekly basis.
Well, I'd love to be a part of being able to share some of that with you guys and put it out on our channels for our audience to see as well. So, anytime you feel like you want to, let me know and we'll make it happen.
Hey, we'll do.
Next time, gentlemen, we'll see you next time. Take care and safe travels out to California. And Narcie, be careful out there, okay?
Right. We'll see you in 2 weeks, Steve.
Thanks, John.
All right. Steve, take care, buddy.
Have a good one.
All right, everybody. What is happening? Want to bring back our overlay there. Say thanks to Narcie, and I want to say thanks to Steve. Appreciate the gentlemen taking their time out to give us a little bit of it and share it with all of you. It's very valuable, and I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Coming up next week, we have one more to do before we got two more to do before we go down the road to Bakersfield for the show. So look forward to catching up with everybody here. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow, I have a special edition of our Throwback Big Rig Thursday, and I'm going to pull an article out of this month's edition, and it happens to be, I want to bring it up here, and I didn't know I was mispronouncing the name, but the article was submitted this month by John and Kim Jakes, and it's John and Dan. I hope I get it right again, but Cooey, and the Cooey company's been around for a lot of years and had trucks running up and down the West Coast forever. Blue and clean looking Peterbilts. There's a couple of them right there. They don't all look like that, but those are sure beauties right there. And they got grill bars on them. Hey, so we'll be talking about this article and sharing it with you guys tomorrow. Try to get out around 3:00, so look for us around then. Till then, stay safe, keep the shiny side up, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And hey, if you're not registered for Truckin For Kids yet, why aren't you? Get registered. Go over to truckinforkids.org. 104magazine.com. Either way, get there and get on the TFK page and get yourself registered. Get your tickets, however you're going, whatever you're going to be bringing to the show. Get all signed up and get her done. All right. Looking forward to it. It's only 2 weeks away. We'll be talking more tomorrow. Take care, everybody.